Hi, friends. Good morning. We are in Phonics, and you should be on page 295, 296. There's nothing really particular to note about the first page, but on the second page, there's like a tennis shoe, like a sneaker that's blue with red laces. All right. So while you're getting your papers out, I want to read to you the remember part. We've been talking a lot about adverbs and adjectives and nouns and all of the parts of speech. Today we're going to be adding and bigger, est and biggest to adjectives when we're comparing the adjectives, and we're learning and practicing when to use and bigger and when to use est and biggest. All right, let's get started, friends. Right at the top, let me share my screen so we can read it together, even though I know you have it in front of you. All right, add and bigger to an adjective when comparing only two things. So when it's only two, you're going to add and bigger. Add est and biggest to an adjective when comparing three or more. So when it's three or more, you're adding est and biggest. Can you handle that? Yes, of course you can. All right, let's see. Let's practice in section 1. It's asking us to circle the correct adjective. The hog-nosed skunk is the large of all the skunks in the Grand Canyon, is the larger of all the skunks in the Grand Canyon, or is the largest? Well, larger, not quite, because we're not comparing the hog-nosed skunk to like another type of skunk. So that would be 2. We're comparing the hog-nosed skunk to all types of skunks in the whole world. Do you know how many types of skunks there are? Well, I'm going to believe there's probably more than 2, so that one we would circle is largest. All right, good job. The white stripe on its back is wide than the stripe on the striped skunk's back, or wider than the stripe to the skunks. Wow, that's kind of a tongue twister. Then the stripe on the striped skunk's back, or widest than the stripe on the striped skunk's back. Well, wider sounds the best, and and bigger is what we would use because they're comparing the hog-nosed skunk and the striped skunk. So that's 2 of them, right? We're comparing 2 things. So we would use and bigger. Good job, friends. Let's keep going. The hog-nosed skunk can grow to be as big as 2.5 feet long, or the hog-nosed skunk can grow to be as bigger as 2.5 feet long, or the hog-nosed skunk can grow to be as biggest as 2.5 feet long. We don't need bigger. We don't need and bigger or est and biggest. We just need big, because we're just talking about one guy. All right. Adjectives describe nouns. Adverbs describe verbs. Remember, a verb means, let me put this down so I could say action. Adverbs often end in ly and slowly, ly. Read the sentences and circle the correct words. Ranger Hansen greeted us with a cheerful face in the morning. This morning, or a cheerfully face this morning. Cheerfully doesn't really make sense, so cheerful. He explained that we should hike careful on the trail, or he explained that we should hike carefully on the trail. Yes, you're right, carefully. I carried a bottle of cool water in my backpack, or I carried a bottle of coolie water in my backpack. Have you guys ever drank coolie water? Yeah, because it's not really a word. Coolie water doesn't exist, but cool water, yes. All right. We enjoyed the beautiful mornings in the canyon, or we enjoyed the beautifully mornings in the canyon. Nope, it's the first one. Good job. On the way back, I got a blister on my foot and walked painful to the car. Or, on my way back, I got a blister in my foot and walked painfully to the car. Painfully. And the last one, I will wear some soft socks next time, or I will wear some softly socks next time. Well, soft is what something is. Softly is like an action, right? How you would speak, how you would whisper, how you would sing, right? So that doesn't really make sense. Softly does not make sense, but soft does make sense because something can be soft, like socks. All right, friends. Now to your favorite part, dictation. Dun, dun, dun. Get your pencil up. and an eraser just in case you need it. I am going to read to you 2 sentences. The first one is, oh, I have to remind you before I tell you the sentence. What is the punctuation you're going to use? Remember, exclamatory sentences, exclaim something. They say them really loud. They're excited. They're jumping for joy. They're doing something very exciting. Interrogative, remember we've talked about like if a cop gets a bad guy, and they arrest them and then they take them to the room, they're going to interrogate them, which means asking lots of questions. So interrogative kind of sounds like interrogate, right? Which means asking lots of questions. And interrogative sentence means to ask a question. Okay, and then the next one, imperative. You do what I say, right? Ends in a period. And I want you to know this information because it's good information to know. Also ends in a period. That's declarative. Okay, it's just giving you information, sharing knowledge with you. All right, here we go. Are you ready? All right, good. It is so cold. Go ahead and write it. It is so cold. How does that one end? Remember, the beginning of a sentence begins with a capital. You're right. All right, go ahead and write it. It is so cold. I said it more than twice. Man. All right. I'm going to give you a couple more seconds. Next. That bug is huge. That bug is huge. Ugh, I'm getting the creeps just thinking about it because I do not like huge bugs. All right, go ahead and make sure you check your sentence like a teacher while you do that. I'm going to get us ready for the back side. Okay, meet me in the back when you're ready. Okay, let's read it. Write a class advertisement for a fun new toy. Ooh, this is cool. Write an adjective for each blue noun and write an adverb for each red verb. So the nouns are blue, the verbs are red, and it's kind of like a Mad Lib. Remember at the beginning of the year and a couple of times throughout the year we've done Mad Libs where you get to write the verb and the adjective. So this is basically like a Mad Lib. We get to write this advertisement for a cool new toy. Are you ready? This blank toy is so much fun. So what kind of toy is this going to be? What do you think? It could be a children's toy. It could be a water toy. It could be an outdoor toy. It could be an indoor toy. It could be a, what do you think? What kind of toy? This outdoor. I'm thinking outdoor. Outdoor toy is so much fun. See the exclamation point? Because they're exclaiming it. They're excited. You can play blank with it inside or play blank with it outside. You can play quietly with it inside or play crazily with it outside. Your mother will not have to tell you to share once. Well, let's think of how. How do we share? No, to share, because we're looking for an adverb, so that wouldn't make sense, not once. Your mother will not have to tell you to share. Let me think of an adverb. I'm drawing a blank here. Help me, friends. I'm looking for inspiration. Oh my goodness, how am I drawing a blank? Okay, your mother will not have to tell you to share happily because this toy is so blank you will not want to share. This toy is so awesome you will not want to share. You can keep this toy in a, what kind of a box? Toy box? Large box? Oh, sorry, it already says box there. We have to delete that. Okay. You can keep this toy in a toy box. I don't like that. I'm going to say large. In a large box or in a, What kind of a garage do you have? A big one, a small one, a clean one, a messy one? Let's think. Let's say small garage. Be careful not to touch it. Be careful not to touch it. Let's see. Be careful not to touch it quickly. I'm imagining like a really giant water balloon, or it might pop loudly. You should have this toy. All right, friends. Good thing we did that one together because I was even stuck on some of those words. I don't know why my brain decided to forget every single adverb ever in the whole wide world. That's so crazy. But I know it happens. I know it happens to you, but just know it happens to me as well. Okay? All right. Let's draw a picture of our fun toy. I'm imagining a really big, like, water balloon. That's probably the ugliest water balloon ever drawn in the world. Anyway, you can draw whatever you imagine, whatever our toy is. Go ahead and draw it right there in that picture. Please don't copy what I just did because it's not the best drawing. All right, and the last section. Are you ready? We're almost there, right by that sneaker. Read the sentences. Circle the correct word in each. Mom bought some flour to make bread for dinner. Which flour are we talking about? Flour, like the flour you use to bake, or flower like that grows outside in a garden? What do you think? Did you say the first one? You're right. Flour. Is that a note for me, like the number 4, or is that a note for me? What do you think? Which one makes more sense? The number 4? No. 4, like FOR. All right. My nose, like what I know, the knowledge that I have, my nose is all stuffed up. That doesn't really make sense. The information that you know when you know something is all stuffed up? No. What about your nose? Like this one, the one you breathe with, your sniffer. Yes, your nose. Dad read a Bible story to us last night, or Dad read like the color red, R-E-D. Which one makes more sense? Well, if you're reading a story, it's like reading a book. So it's read, R-E-A-D. Isn't it interesting that you both read and read is spelled the same way? Very interesting, right? But you pronounce it 2 different ways. Matt has a knot in his shoelaces. That's why the sneaker's there. Or Matt has a knot, like in not, K-N, in his shoelaces. Which one makes sense? Not, like I will not go outside and play today, or not, like a knot, when something's tied up and it's hard to get out, like laces, right? Good job. All right, friends, let me unshare so I can see you better. Oh, there you are. All right, friends, have an awesome day. Make it a good Friday, okay? Bye.